My upload today, or should I say tonight, at 11:37 p.m. is to do with the ongoing matter of human rights violations and unresolved constitutional wrongdoings that are still an issue in this community, as well as unresolved defamation of my good name in 2006 in the same town, Tralee in the southwest of Ireland. The collective in this community have had difficulty for the past 15-20 years addressing their issues they're causing that are of ASBO. These are apparently mature, responsible, professional adults. They're repeat offenders, as I've mentioned, of their original offence in 2006, and their repeat offence of illegalities surrounding paperwork and procedures concerning my child's upbringing that was immaculate and that was provided single-handedly from his mother, this person, Maria McElligott, and the illegalities in the paperwork in 2017 still haven't been addressed. So to make a long story short, there's been however many uploads in this documentary for quite a while, and these people, offenders of bad productions, bad publicity, seem to find it entertaining. They seem to find it amusing, what they're doing. Unfortunately, with every day of offence, I don't know if it's quite amusing at all. It's actually quite concerning that they'd continue disrespecting where they've already caused very dangerous damage. And I'm concerned about their level, as I've mentioned, of intelligence as to what they have comprehended with how they don't have remit or right or any basis or foundation of safety in practice. So it's not really entertaining or amusing for intruders or trespassers or property thieves to be assuming that it's safe to continue offending my bodily integrity in any respect, be it by health or well-being or spiritual sense. So they have found this amusing, but to be quite honest, as an educator that has worked with all age groups, I think there would be children, as we know, at the age of reason that would know how to behave and handle this matter more professionally and responsibly. So they have a difficulty with ascertaining the reality and discerning what is right and wrong, and running from their problems since 2006. That's quite dangerous for them to be exacerbating. So I don't think it's entertaining or amusing that I have to document irresponsible ASBO behaviour in this documentary, Sad Sign of the Times. As I've mentioned, the intrusion, the trespass, the property theft is quite dangerous. My matrimony that is still legally binding, that has become subject to fraud and a lot of contrivance by those of bigamy, are in very serious contempt. So they've caused harm to my good name and the people that are in proximity disturbing the peace. I'm really concerned for their futures. It's not really safe for any practitioners to be assuming that bodily integrity without permission, consent, or any ethical practices anyway acceptable. And anyone that's violating my protection or my protocol measures, those people that aren't following the letter of the law and that are in contempt, I have concern for those that are to be representing the departments that have benefited from legislation of my purpose, which commenced in 2018-2019, that is common knowledge. So I'm concerned for the people that would be telling themselves any kind of a story that wouldn't be based in reality. As I've mentioned, there are children younger than 7 that would even know right and wrong, and that it's not really funny to be upsetting little children's lives, and it's not really funny to be of bigamy or any adultery support if you're supposed to be of women's rights. And especially for any women that have been attempting or even conducting harms to my body and attaining or accessing or utilizing my avatar light. I'm really concerned for those that have already been of damages and that have been misusing that purpose that I hold for a very long time. It's a birthright. I'm a royal. So those people that aren't following this documentary properly, I'm really concerned for everyone's safety with the damages they've been causing and the disrespect that they've been causing. It might be helpful for people to mind their own homes. The present circumstances of my hierarchy of needs being disrespected to accommodate people that have no dignity or integrity and no conscience about the casualties they've already been causing. I'm really concerned how dangerous it is to be breaking the law. So on my forum, I've shared a piece on the legislation that's come about as a consequence of my purpose, my work in 2018, my humanitarian endeavour that has done so much for this country. It might be helpful for people to look at that and put it into perspective against the conditions that I'm being presented with to accommodate people that aren't doing their jobs properly and that aren't really respecting the new paradigm of the country. So there's a lot of repeat bad behaviours going on, and I'm really concerned for women that are partaking in this little initiative with all bad productions and bad publicity of former days being taken into consideration as well. The defamation of my good name is quite serious too. And anybody that's already disrespected the law that would be thinking of, disrespecting my protection and my protocol as a royal and as a property owner and as a peaceful pacifist humanitarian with a clean track record. I'm really concerned for the futures of those people that owe me such dangerous debts since 2006. So it might be helpful for people to put things into perspective. It's not really amusing what my child experienced. It's not very funny at all what my little boy unduly experienced. So as a mother, a married mother, to a husband that is, as far as I know, a missing person, I hope the guards are aware of the reality and how unsafe it is for children's lives to be disrespected as my child's life has been disrespected, and that basically these circumstances of adults that are to be of professions and qualified and educated, I just hope everyone is being realistic about the reality of the circumstances of human rights abuses I'm tolerating. It's really unsafe. It's a sad sign of the times when people can't, behave. Sad sign.